I'm still on a break from running Crown at the moment, so thought I'd try out some of the original columns. I've played this a couple of times before, but I'm going to play on Novice mode because I don't really know what I'm doing. One of the main differences between Crown and this is the board size. So it goes on a 13x6 board rather than a 7x11. I think they changed the board size up in 97. And then they kept it on like all the Game Boy releases, so I think Game Boy Color was back with a 7x13. And then the Game Boy Advance had it too. But then they switched back to the mobile, but mobiles have a screen that's much thinner, so it made sense for that. Honestly, unlike situations where you've got a wide screen, I much prefer having the wider board. It makes pains easier. And it also makes the drops symmetrical, which is just nice to look at. So I did have a quick look at the rankings before doing this. I've not looked at any of the runs. I think that there was a big difference in some of those runs, like 40 minutes at the fastest and like an hour at the longest. Which did surprise me because there's not a huge amount of time save you can get in this. This is Novice mode, so it's got a reduced number of colours. Makes getting bursts very easy. Makes avoiding bursts harder than actually getting them. You keep getting bursts when you don't want them. But yeah, I was trying to work out where all that time save comes from. Initially I was thinking that maybe you play with a high column or high center 3 columns and try and burst on there, because that'll mean the drops have less far to fall. But I don't think that's enough for like 20 minutes of time save. So I think what's probably the difference is drops that burst a lot of things like that in one go. Because that's considerably quicker than bursting a 3 of a kinds individually. Category for this is to get to level 100 as quickly as possible. I think the score might be dependent on chains and stuff, but the level is purely dependent on number of gems burst. Unless there's some strategies that are missing. Which there could be. I mean, I think one of the games you could get extra jewels because it counts every combination, every permutation of 3. So if you burst like a 4 of a kind, you get points. You get 6 points because it counts. The first 3 is one group, and then the second 3 is one group. Don't you think that's the case here? I think it was just one of the games that did that. The other thing I noticed during my when I play throughs is holding down speeds things up initially, but then it slows it down later on. I guess the down button just sets it to a set speed. And eventually, with the drop speed increasing over time, the drop speed is higher than the speed you get from holding down. So around about here, around about level 10, I need to stop holding down. I'm not expecting a great score. Hopefully, I'll get under an hour. I think that would be my target. It's doable. I mean, I'm at level 12 now. It's been coming up to 7 minutes. I've got 55 minutes on my splits. If I can make that, then I think we're good. Might have to look at some of the speedruns after this though to try and work out where all that time save comes from. I'm not running Crown at the moment, but I'm not being completely idle. I've just finished writing up the checklist. I've got interactive checklist now. You can mark off which gems you've got with your controller, and it explains the next gems to get in sequence. Not for the benefit of the runner, so that anyone watching can see what's going on, because that's one thing I noticed about that run, it's quite hard to track what the next target is, especially when I kept switching what I was doing. But yeah, I'll definitely come back to that run. The 25 gem one. Because I'm still not completely over that 20-minute time loss at the end. And there was some, looking back at the run, there was some other big moments of time loss as well, like the link battle stuff, which I think can be improved. I think one of the mistakes I made was going for 24 gems first and then going for 25. What I should have done was start collecting towards the 81st. And getting duplicate gems early. Like if I'd done all 5 link battles, link battle gems all in one go, then it probably wouldn't have ended up crashing on me so much. And again, I think if I did all flash columns at once, then it would probably save time. Because I could just focus on the timing. I'm tempted to do the run with Alchemist next time. If I can find a route through flash columns at sub 20 minutes that you can set up with a reliable seed. That's a lot of ones. Then it might be worth going for 5 flash columns in one run. But I think I'm going to play a bit more like of the old games first. I never played them a huge amount. I mean, I don't like the original columns that much, but there are some that I want to play more. I definitely want to have a go at 97 because that's the first one that included the but it's the one that Columns Crown's visually based off. I think I want to play the Game Boy Color one a bit, and I think the other one I want to do is, I think it's 3 that has the versus mode. I think that could be quite fun to run. I don't think I was like super seriously run any of these, but I do want to have a go at them. Before getting back into the whole routing stuff for Crown. I know the run's like 5.5 hours. Well, I think I can probably get it down to around about 4.5 hours with improved routing, but it's really the routing that takes up all the time. You can spend like more than a week and work out the optimal paths for each stuff. Like, I spent more than a week planning the last one, and that was nowhere near optimal. I was pleasantly surprised by how the video did, though. Like, obviously I didn't expect many views, but I was expecting most of the people who did click on it to be interested in getting all the gems. That's why I explained right at the start of that video that I had a cheat sheet up. And I was expecting most of the people viewing to immediately click off and go and check the cheat sheet. Which isn't what happened, not according to the analytics anyway. I think it's coming up to 30 hours worth of views, which is crazy. I guess it means there are some people who did want to see that game completed. I would say a lot of the time people are watching is during the survival mode stuff. Which makes sense, it's like the iconic bit of the gameplay. Like, the versus mode won't make much sense if you've not played one of the games with versus in. And the flash columns like completely different from the flash columns in this game. This game was just like, I think there's only 10 levels. I needed to cough. Each of the levels is more about clearing the board than it is about puzzle solving. It's not super exciting to watch either. We do the same thing over and over again. It's not surprising that the survival mode got the most watches, but I think a lot of people are interested in the end, as in how far you get in survival mode, which is not really something you do in the speedrun. Like, you want to try and get a rank in that game at as low level as possible, and then for speed you immediately end up dying. It's also a completely different strategy. Like, you want to do things like make chains and either burst your magic on empty squares or make sure that you have a high column at all points to burst the magic gem on. Which just isn't how you play it if you're trying to get to like the highest level possible. Completely different playstyle. Right? You just want to keep the board as low as possible all the time. Which, yeah, isn't something you get to go show off in speedrun, so... I guess what I'm saying is I might do a long play of the survival mode for that. I don't know where I'll get to. I know that I can get to into the 200s. It's actually been a long time since I've played to see the highest level I can get to in it though. I don't think I'll make it to 300s just because the magic gems in that are exponentially harder to get. And there's a really long gap between getting the magic gem at the start of the 200s and the next one. But we'll see. I'll do a long play at some point. Kind of just bursting things at random. I don't know what I'm supposed to be focusing. Should I be trying to go for ultimates? I don't know. I think my tactic of mash and hope. Doing alright at the moment. Well, it's more like I'm trying not to smash and hope. I leave some diagonals open. Yeah. I like the 5 pattern. Yeah, but I didn't play this game when I was younger, so I have like no nostalgia for it. And the music gets a bit grating after a while. That's why I'm listening to other stuff. Obviously the controls are a bit clunky, but that's true for any old game. Especially one that was designed for like a completely different gamepad in mind. I mean, there are a couple of like pretty noticeable differences in the mechanics, so between the older and new games. The movement is really grid-based. And I mean, obviously, the gems are falling in squares. But you're very much locked into when it can move sideways. At very specific points, whereas in the later ones it lets you sort of continuously glide around. Which I guess isn't like a massive change, but it just feels so much better. Another like big mechanical change I've noticed is once the gem's landed, you can't get any airtime again. Which you probably wouldn't notice in watching, but if you land on like a high column, you can't slide it off. Or if you do slide it off, it will slide off directly onto the next column. Rather than sliding off into the air. Again, it's kind of a minor change, but it makes a big difference to how it feels. Well, we're coming up to the half an hour mark. I guess we're still on track. But we'll get sub 1 hour. I don't know if you can hear that on the microphone. There are some kids next door. I'm very excited. Because it's a Jubilee, there's been a lot of celebrations this weekend. What is this music? I've got like a non-copyright playlist on. Very occasionally you get like weird stuff coming on. One of these things I don't know how safe you have to be when streaming games. Well, not streaming. Isn't a stream. It's a recording. When I'm recording games, because I know a lot of people just use game music. And I think that's okay on Twitch, but I don't know what YouTube would do for that. So you do a speedrun for one game, but play the music for a completely different game. Because I don't really care about monetization, but I don't want to definitely get a load of strikes. I mean, I guess I could listen to the actual game music. It is playing. It's just turned down. I actually don't know whether the Genesis was a cartridge-based system or a disc-based system. I'm trying to work out how much space they have the music songs. The problem, the Genesis was like way before my first home console was a Wii. Well, I had a GBA before, but like, that's a portable console. My first TV console was a Wii. My second was an N64. But yeah, that was a bit of a shock when I was playing it. I had to learn how to Particularly things like Mario 64. I came from playing the DS version to having to play the N64 version. Yeah, things like the camera and controls. There's a noticeable downgrade from the two games. Especially after you come from something like Galaxy, with like Galaxy camera and stuff. Because I never had a GameCube. I had some friends with PlayStations, but most of them had like Xbox 360s. I feel like the DS was the one sort of universal thing that pretty much everyone had. Actually, probably the Wii that was more universal. Like, even my friends that had, like, PlayStations and stuff still had the Wii. I don't think there was a version of columns for Virtual Console. I think Nintendo had a version called Magic Fury. As it was like pretty much a bootleg, I'm not sure if it got ported to the Virtual Console. I know there's been a number of columns ports. Not really ports so much as arcade packages, but I don't know there's been a new one in a long time. I'd definitely like to see. You think it translated really well to mobile? I know there was a columns mobile version that didn't do very well. Completely forgot about splitting. And that's when it really bad when it splits. I don't know which level am I? I might just leave it. I might just leave it till I get to 80. Has the music stopped? YouTube probably thinks I'm dead. YouTube, you think I'm dead? Yeah, it thinks I'm dead. Okay. Quickly click that. swear the YouTube autoplay feature manages to be like the worst of both worlds. But I really hate autoplay because I don't like it going on to play something else, like as soon as I've finished watching something. And then they quote unquote solved it by, when you've been watching for a certain amount of time, hitting that pop-up, which means it still has that annoying autoplay. But you also can't listen to music. But it's really inconsistent when you can get to the side column. Again, it's another change they have in Crown. When you hold, it wasn't done for Crown, it's in the later ones. When you hold like left or right, it will go right the way of the column. Whereas here, you can hold the right button and it won't make it to there. I guess another change in the mechanics is that you can't stack over to the field. Which I guess is because the symmetrical wood stack. When you have like a something by on the board, it's only the center square that kills you. If you stack over the top. How do people manage level 100 already? I'm like level 80. I have a feeling that I'm not missing anything big, that it's just the entire time save comes from how fast you can do it, how many you can best at once. You know what? I think I'll try the... There's a run for how quickly you can get to level 10, which I might have a go at that, because that should let me learn actually how to do it quicker. And once I've learned them for level 10, then I can incorporate them up to level 100. In fact, I think the RNG for this game resets a hard reset. It would be interesting to know if well, actually, it doesn't know what level you're going to, right? So if you plan a route for level 10, based on the initial RNG, you could use that same route for the level 100 one. I don't think it'd be possible to like plan a route to level 100, but obviously it'd be possible, but My brain is not big enough to remember that many sequence drops. The level up, level 10 is only like 500 bursts. There's 3 at bursts. I think it's doable. That's like a number of things to memorize. In fact, you wouldn't have to memorize like the whole level. You could memorize like 100 drops and then be normal. Because you probably already have like a lot of time save. I'm pretty sure the RNG stuff for this game is worse than the Collins Prod RNG, which is saying something. Stuff for RNG and that is pretty bad. I guess it's pretty bad if you want random stuff. It's good if you want consistent runs. Level 90. How is this still going? I hate to play a high score like this because you'd literally go on forever. At least with like the pro level stuff, you do die eventually. The novice level, I'm pretty sure the limiting factor would be when you needed to go to sleep. It is nice though. It's something I wish kind of wish Crown had, because in that the easy, medium, and hard difficulties were just what level you started on. I didn't have any game modes that lowered the number of hackers. Which is fine if you have some experience, but when trying to introduce new people to the game, the thing I find most common is that they kind of get overwhelmed with a number of different gems. Trying to make bursts. I mean, after a while you stop thinking about it, but it takes a while to sort of learn. Well, it takes a while to start focusing on like what input you're doing and just focusing on with a game mode like Novice, it kind of shows you what to do, but it's also really forgiving, so even if you're not trying to get first, you'll get really big chains, and that's kind of rewarding, right? Nice thing in this game where you hero forward and see all the gems first. It makes you feel smart doing nothing. If I were doing too badly, we'll get under it. And I haven't disliked this as much as I thought I was going to. I thought I was going to hate the controls all the way through. In fact, it was off center. Kind of got used to the fact it's being just slightly on the left side. I mean, I'd still prefer it if it dropped this in. I'm definitely getting more used to it. Like, it's not completely thrown off. I think it was at the start. But it was fun.